I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. Here in Ann Arbor, you can hear airplanes buzzing by at all hours of the day due to our local airport and the people who have a calling for aviation. The smell of silver dollar pancakes on the griddle, sizzling sausage, and planes soaring, all made for a one-of-a-kind Sunday morning at the Ann Arbor Airport.
Are they pancakes?
So we're at the Ann Arbor Municipal Airport Pancake Breakfast. It's hosted by the Experimental Aircraft Association, Chapter 333, here at the Ann Arbor Airport every year. We've been doing it for quite a while, and the objective is to have a fun, family-friendly event where people can come out to the airport and kind of see it from inside of the fence.
We had a great breakfast, and we got to see a lot of planes take off, and Olivia and Charles got to ride on a helicopter.
Our U of M survival flight helicopter is here today, so people can see that a little up close and personal. And there are a lot of other airplanes that belong to our members, whether it's an experimental airplane they built themselves, or a light sport, or like a Cessna or a Piper that a lot of people are familiar with. So a real variety of airplanes.
My favorite part is letting him get in the planes and see them and, you know, try to pretend to drive it and be a pilot and enjoy it.
For 50 years, Chapter 333 has been sharing their love for flight.
The Experimental Aircraft Association is an international organization that was founded to help people who wanted to build their own airplanes. And we've evolved to support folks who restore and fly all different kinds of airplanes, from antique and vintage airplanes to warbirds to experimental airplanes that they build themselves, or pilots like me who just fly regular certified airplanes and want a community of people to sort of share their passion for aviation.
Stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly with more news and information. The Ann Arbor Farmers Market is not only the place to buy fresh local veggies. There's also prepared food to choose from. One Wednesday of the month, the market is taken over by eateries on four wheels. The food truck rally is the venue to sample all kinds of cuisines from roving restaurants.
We have anywhere 12 to 15 food trucks that come from all over Southeast Michigan and serve dinner.
So the best of the best in the area. Everybody's here. We do it once a month here in Ann Arbor at the Ann Arbor Farmers Market. We just show up, sell the food, sell the drinks, and then we take off.
We have Jamaican food here today. We have your traditional American. We have tacos, Mexican food, a lot of vegetarian and organic options.
The trucks follow the market's mission of local, sustainable food.
Our coffee is local, the cups are local, the tea is local, the cream is local. Everything that we use, you know, is supporting someone who's a small business owner, so you could tell we put a lot of love into it.
One of the wonderful things about food trucks is it allows you to experiment with different menus, different cuisines. You have a way of playing to who is eating your food. There's a lot more flexibility, a lot less overhead, and a lot of the food trucks here are really freaking amazing food.
Mark your calendars, because the next food truck rally will be making a pit stop at the Ann Arbor Farmers Market on July 3rd from 5 to 8 p.m. Speaking of the Ann Arbor Farmers Market, in 1919 their story began as local vendors started selling their goods to the public. Learn more about the Ann Arbor Farmers Market as the institution celebrates its centennial anniversary in this month's City Roundup in 60.
Hi, my name is Stephanie Willette. I'm the Ann Arbor Farmers Market Manager. We are here right now at the Carytown District neighborhood at the Ann Arbor Farmers Market. Ann Arbor Market has been around since 1919 and is over 98 years old. So I really encourage you to come out and visit us this summer. We are open year-round. Saturdays and Wednesdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Right now we have so much local produce that's fresh, local, and all of our vendors grow their own products. You can find vegetables here, but you can also find artisans, you can find bread, meat, cheese, crafts. Stop in our office and you can swipe your credit card to receive market bucks and market money to spend. Also, if you have an EBT or bridge card, we can give you market money to spend here with that, plus double your bucks for free with our Double Up Food Buck program. Come take a look. We have corn, heirloom tomatoes, things you won't be able to find in the store right now. It's so fresh. Visit us at a2gov.org/market.
Fitness can greatly impact our quality of life. It can determine how we interact with our kids, our ability to take care of our homes. Health-related complications can also influence our ability to live life to the fullest. One local entrepreneur is on a mission to bring fitness for all, regardless of life's circumstances. Joining me is Elaine Economou, President and CEO of Move Wellness. Welcome to the show, Elaine.
Thank you for having me, Dana.
So I'd like to start off with your story and what kind of led you to creating Move Wellness.
Sure. I have been teaching movement in Ann Arbor for 20 years. I am a Pilates trainer, a gyrotonic trainer, and I've taught dance. My background is as a dancer, and as I was transitioning out of being a dancer into starting my family, I thought, well, I have to figure out a way to move my body now that's not dance so intensely, something I enjoyed, was so challenging, but gave me so much joy. And so I went to the gym. And I went to the gym and really remember thinking that everyone looked miserable. And I thought, why is this so different? Why did I do something that gave me so much joy and was the hardest thing I'd ever done? But, and people are trying to move their bodies. No wonder why no one wants to do it. And
I can kind of see where, like, dance is obviously an amazing workout and it's hard work, but it feels fun when you're doing it.
Right, right. And it's so interesting because research actually that was done here at the University of Michigan over the last 20 years really shows that fitness habits come from enjoying them. And so it's not your doctor telling you you should do it or feeling compelled to do it because everyone else is. It's actually, if you enjoy it, you'll create a habit. And so that's really what we're trying to do.
Well, how did Move Wellness come to be?
Sure. I've been teaching in the area in a little studio in downtown Ann Arbor and in a home studio and at a fitness center in Chelsea where I live, all wonderful places. But I was running around to 3 studios a week to sort of make ends meet. And there were 2 things. One is my schedule was full. I had more clients than I could fit in. And I knew trainers who were really smart who didn't have full schedules. And that combined with sort of an interest in trying to create a way to run a successful business and support trainers so that they can have full schedules. So I had this real curiosity around business strategy. I didn't know that, I knew that that was part of one side of my brain. I studied business and dance in college, and I had always one foot in the business world doing something. So for me, it became really like a calling, like let's see if we can create something that will positively impact and create a model for my industry, create support for, and a framework for support for local trainers, and then help service more people.
So what kind of exercise or fitness routines are we doing at Move?
Sure, we teach Pilates, which I'm sure you've heard of, and gyrotonic, which maybe you've never heard of.
I've not.
Right, so Pilates, you may know, is a system that Joseph Pilates created 100 years ago in World War I. He was somebody who was trying to create a fit life for himself, and it's a little bit of a longer story, but his system has endured these 100 years. It's been brought up to modern knowledge of the body, brought up to date. We still use his exact exercises, but because we understand the body more now, we're able to apply it in really unique ways to every person who comes into the studio. Gyrotonic is a newer system of movement that really looks sort of through the lens of the fascial system of the body or connective tissue. It helps you decompress and mobilize the joints in the spine. Both systems have such a profound impact working one-on-one or in small groups with people, and so that's primarily what we teach. We have some group fitness classes and things like yoga and bar, but our members really mostly spend time in our small group trainings or our private sessions.
So it's really, really intimate.
It is really intimate, and we're trying to, community is one of our core values, and so we like the idea, and it's also a measured part of wellness. So we're really trying to help people make these connections with others so that you can feel the accountability and the support and just that community feeling.
And you're also working with the medical field, right?
I am. We, pretty shortly after Move opened, we were given the opportunity, which has just turned into such a rewarding partnership with St. Joe Hospital in Ann Arbor, to host fitness classes in their Women's Health Center for employees and do wellness workshops within different units. It's led us to working the same way in Livingston County. And it's also led us to creating a pilot program in one of the surgical centers, the outpatient surgery center, where we have a wellness person on the floor for their clinical teams to take movement breaks and mindfulness breaks during their very stressful, intense days. So helping the healthcare community has been sort of a surprise benefit of this whole entrepreneurial process.
That's amazing.
It's super fun.
So the one thing you wanted to kind of like really talk about is that it's not just for, you know, a certain age group. This is for everybody.
Right. It's hard because sometimes I don't even say the word Pilates, because when you say that word, people have a preconceived notion in their mind, and I don't know what that notion is. So I think,
well, it's interesting that you mentioned earlier that Pilates was like 100 years old, because I think people think of it as like a new thing.
Right. It's a fad.
Yes.
People think of it as a fad, and it's not, which is why when something new comes, I feel like I don't really need a new system. But you're right. It's I like to meet people and see what their goals are. People have their genetic posture, the way they hold themselves, the way their structure is. They might look just like their mother or their grandmother. And then they have their cultural posture, what they do all day, their lifestyle, do they sit, all of those things. And then they have what they love to do. And so our job is to really help take all of those things into consideration and help people build the strength and support to do what they love. And that makes it really applicable to people with different pathologies and issues, as we were talking about, but also all ages and stages of life.
So it's really not just about like losing weight or maintaining. It could be about any number of things.
It sure could. And mostly, we look at integrating sort of your strength training, your mobility training, all of flexibility, all of those things to help you reach your health goals. And if one of your health goals is to lose weight, we might help you. It's not a cardio workout though. Mm-hmm. So what we want to help people do is understand their bodies well enough and be strong enough to go do whatever it is they need to do.
It's a lot about strength than like the number on a scale.
Exactly.
And you're getting stronger when you're doing Pilates and things of that nature.
Yes. Yes, awesome. Absolutely.
So what about, are classes full? I mean, how do people come to Move Wellness?
Right, so what we have done is we've learned a lot in 5 years. Unbelievably, we've really understood that the best way for people to meet Move is doing an introductory private session. And so we have a little package where we have put together doing that introductory private session so you can learn a little bit about your cultural posture, about your genetic posture, what we can learn about what you love to do, and then we can help you feel some things in your body. No one's ever sorry that they did that session. And we also give people the opportunity to do a little bit of reflection and assessment, wellness assessment. We give them some time on the phone with a wellness coach. So if there are some of the bigger goals that they're trying to reach, may it be weight loss or something else, mm-hmm. then we can help them put a plan together. And then we invite them to choose if they'd like to go into small group classes or private sessions. We kind of put a package together, a membership together that would be one or the other or both. And it was really interesting when we opened Move, we thought that most people would be it would be 50-50. Some would be 50% would be doing group classes, 50% private training, but really 70% of our business stays with private training because that one-on-one support makes the program so much more efficient.
And I'm sure there's some accountability to that too.
There is.
You don't want to make someone just hang around and wait for you.
Right, but it's also somebody to like really support you, that you can talk about all the things that you love to do. We can help you make sure your plan keeps you on track.
Before we go, if you want to tell anyone else why they should come to Move?
Well, we just love supporting people on their journey to whole life wellness, and we have the smartest trainers in town. We're in a town of really smart trainers, but we have a really wonderful community. So anyone at all age, any age or stage of life, we'd love to have you stop by.
All right, thank you, Elaine.
Thanks for having me.
For more on this and other programs, visit a2gov.org/CTN. Visit youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor to see all that CTN has to offer. And remember to like, comment, and share. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.